So after looking at these options, when you can compare this, a milled zirconia bridge, I feel objectively it answers the problems. It's not cast, it's retrievable, it's aesthetic, it splints the implants, it's hygienic. The screw access holes are strong, and we can offer first molar occlusion without grafting. Here she is with my lab, celebrating. These are very emotional cases. We love our patients, we love doing this. So these people are coming in. We feel like we have a good solution. We've done enough of it that we can do this predictably. I'm going to show you after the break the systems we have. You know, when we do an upper and lower arch, it is so scripted, and I want to share those scripted techniques with you from a surgical and a prosthetic standpoint, that it is autopilot. Autopilot. And I'm going to share that with you. So these cases come in, and we're, from the time they call to the time we do the surgery and then deliver, we have a system that really allows us to do this in a predictable way, in a way that's very successful, that's aesthetic. We don't do high waters anymore. This is 4 years ago. We actually have this touch to tissue now. It's more hygienic. The screw holes are all easily hid. Like here's, look at this. You don't see a gray area. Another advantage. Patients don't want to see gray areas on these screw holes that are breaking.
How do you know you've got that 12 millimeter distance? I mean, what?
I'll show you in a minute. Because you're going to look at the CT post-extraction, and you're going to be placing an implant on the CT, an anatomically correct implant. I do that in Simplant, Anatomage has that, most companies do, where you can place the implant. Then you have a reference of where that implant is and where the socket is. That's why I do a post-extraction CT. Now I have the exact socket, because I don't know if I've lost bone during the extraction process. I can then see, am I going halfway down the socket? Am I going fully down? I'll show you that in a second. And Regenovate is radio-opaque. And these are the different products that are available. And there's different carriers in these products that give it those properties. So basically, this is the one I've been using primarily. Now, there's two forms of this. There's one that comes frozen. It literally comes on dry ice. And there's another one that Salvin sells that's basically the same product that can be molded at room temperature that kind of hardens. At some point, I may be using that, but I'm so adept with using the frozen version that I use this a lot. So here's what it looks like. It comes in a sterile pouch that we put in a water bath for about a minute. I mean, there was no ridge there. This is now an FP1 case, and I'm able to place implants, so pretty substantial. So here's a case, you know, obviously substantial bone loss, reflection. So when I go into surgery, behind me I post this. So you can see the basic plan. And as I say, we start with the mandible. So the first thing I'm going to do is a mid-crestal incision, full thickness reflection, Addison tissue forceps. Done a lot of leadership training, a lot of leadership reading. I'm real big on leadership principles because I think they can really help you as a dentist and as a person. Brian Tracy, a very prolific author. People with clear written down goals accomplish far more in a shorter period of time than people without them could ever imagine. Has anybody experienced that, of committing to written down goals and that principle? I think most people that are doing well in life do that. And I think you could take it one step further by having balance. Because if you can have balance of being physically healthy and where you want to be physically, relationships and career, and make sure they're all in balance, I think that's the real key. Having a lot of money is not success. Having respect from people, having a family that respects you and vice versa, and if you want to have a good marriage, that's important. I mean, these are things you need to really combine. So that's where I come from, and I'm not afraid to share those principles with people that come to me for leadership. And I think that really relates to running a practice. I mean, your patients will feel your balance, I feel. You can really basically do whatever you want. Why we're here, do something, you know, and that's why you're here to learn. So once you have a vision, I do believe that from a practice standpoint, your facility and your technology and your staff has to support that vision. Patients come